So it's beginning to smell a lot like Christmas here in Belfast. The smell of kangaroo burgers, Dutch pancakes, bratwurst, German sausages and plenty of glühwein. Yes, the Christmas market is back here at Belfast City Hall. We're going to find out what's happening this year. Moving on to a stall now which is perfect for gifts for Christmas. You guys were actually the pitch perfect winner this year, weren't you?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Tell us, how did your stall, how did it all come about?
Well, we have a shop in Newcastle and we celebrate the best of Irish makers throughout North and South of Ireland, and one of our stockists was another company called the Bearded Candle Makers, and together we thought we could do something really cool, especially I suppose this time of the year, the Christmas season. We thought that gift box takes the thinking out of it for people, so created the gift boxes. We pulled together some of our finest makers. It's a scarf from McNuts of Donegal, the candle, Heart of Winter candle from the Bearded Candle Makers. The next one here we'll have the Book Lovers gift box, and it has a notebook in it from Duffy Bookbinders, who are the oldest bookbindery company in Ireland. It's almost like a forgotten trade. We have a book of Irish wit and wisdom from Gill Distribution in Dublin, and we have a candle in it. And then we move on, we'll have a coffee lovers gift box. We have a locally roasted brew coffee map of Belfast, some of the best coffee shops in Belfast, and a candle, and then sort of goes on from there. So quite a mix.
All right, and I believe as well you have the wheaten bread thing here, the award-winning wheaten bread, isn't it?
Well, these guys actually are across from our shop in Newcastle, the Cookie Jar, and they came second in the world for their bread mix. So it's a family recipe that's been in the family for years, and on the back of it is it's real foolproof instructions on how to make your own wheaten bread. Just add oil and water and bake it then. And we'll have your granny's Irish pocketbook of recipes to accompany that.
Brilliant. And I see Suki tea here as well.
Suki tea, so everyone loves Suki tea. We went for Belfast Brew, and it has proved very popular for us. And we have a tea shop candle and some shortbread with that.
Now, if you're looking for a more unusual gift this Christmas, then you have to check out Stephen Whalley's stall at the Christmas market. And Stephen has created some really lovely silk pocket squares from a series of his oil paintings from around Northern Ireland. And there's great scenes, including the Harlan and Wolf cranes. And if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you have to get the Dark Hedges silk pocket square. For more info, check out his website, www.stephenwhalley.com. So we've come inside another one of the market stalls. This time it's a hat stall, but a hat stall with a bit of a difference, isn't it?
Yeah, so we started Outside In over a year ago, and basically Outside In was created to a streetwear brand that's going to give back to people in the street. So any product you buy within our store, you get a free additional product to give to someone who's homeless. So we call the model the Wear One, Share One.
So how did the initial idea for this first come about?
So I went to university in Stirling, and it was close to Edinburgh. I was asked to be part of a page called Humans of Edinburgh, and on that page we told the stories of people on the street. And during that time we realised within 10 minutes you could have anyone's story straight in front of you just by asking them simple questions. How's your day? And that progressed. But we realised on this page that we told the stories online, we had missed out the stories of people who were homeless. So we started sitting down beside them and asking them how their day was, what brought them to the street, and we realised that it was a lot of the time external factors outside of their control or one bad decision. So we thought we need to share these stories. People need to know the truth of what's happening on our streets. And when we told it, we realised people do want to help, they just don't know how. So I saw the power of a story and the power of social media. So I thought, how can I get people to hear what I've heard for themselves rather than me telling them myself? So that's where we realised, actually, if we create a model where you are empowered to give the second product out in the street, it means someone in New York or Australia can be inspired by our story, purchase one of our hats, get the free additional one, and I don't even need to be there, and they're already part of the story and creating part of our brand.
And your story must have impressed the people here at the market as well, because you won the Pitch Perfect, didn't you?
Yeah, so we were very fortunate to win the competition and to be a part of this. And for us, being a streetwear brand on the street is exactly what we're about. And what I love is a lot of the homeless who are around here are now coming to the stall. They know where we are, and they're getting their free additional products, which people beside them have donated. So it's like there's no social status. It's actually the guy who's buying the hat is buying it for you, and you're more than welcome here, because Outside In stands for those who are outside of society welcomed in. So I just love that we're creating a community atmosphere here that all people feel welcome.
And there seems to be a problem with homeless people this time of year in Belfast, doesn't there?
Yeah, so visible homeless is a lot more common at Christmas time, but then there's invisible homelessness, which is a huge issue. Thousands and thousands, even in Belfast alone. We work alongside the Simon Community and Welcome organisation. So I think it's highlighted a lot more at Christmas time because it's seen visible, but what we're trying to do outside in is show that this is a problem throughout the year. We've been setting targets every day. We've just started today, so we'll probably set a target of around 100, but every day we've exceeded our target and people are more than happy to be a part of it, and I think it just gives people that sense of achievement to know that they've been a part of a target every day in Belfast, and to know that then their hats are being donated or they can do that is incredible. For me, the main thing is when I see someone in the street wearing one of our hats, because then I know that the model's working.
So if you're bringing the kids along to the market this year, the place, of course, you have to come and visit is Santa's Grotto. That's it behind me here. And this year they're raising some money for a very worthwhile charity for the Children's Cancer Unit. So please come along and give generously. Tell us what you do here.
Okay, so everything you see here, Upstyle Originals, was created just under 2 years ago. Everything you see is recycled or reclaimed. So all of our glass is donated from either family or local bars. All of our wood is from the local storms that we had. So we've got Brian and we've got Ophelia, our snowman, just outside. And also our slate is all reclaimed as well. Obviously you can see George Best is on a bottle there, which is quite ironic in itself, but it's done in good taste. I mean, he's a sporting legend. He's from Northern Ireland, obviously, so we take pride in our own.
Behind me is one of the biggest stalls here at the Christmas market. It's the one that does all those great German bratwurst sausages. If you come here, you've got to try one. And you know what? They tell me that every year they shift about 20,000 sausages. So behind me is this year's big Helter Skelter, the thing that all the kids want to go on when they come along to the Christmas market. So in the interest of making good television, the organisers think it would be a great idea if I went along and tried out the Helter Skelter.